Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about Coral Island and their unique features. I've seen a lot of comments, whether it's on YouTube, on Reddit, on Twitter, saying that this game looks like Game X, Game Y, Game Z. Today I wanted to shine a spotlight on some specific features that I think Coral Island has that other games don't really have at all. Or if they do have them, I don't think they do them as well as Coral Island does. I think one feature that other games definitely don't have, that Coral Island kind of just beats everybody out of the water, is the diving feature. I can't think of another game that you can dive into the water, and in the water there's going to be so many different things to do. Maybe a third of your game time is going to be underwater, where other farm sim games, I mean, they don't even have that feature to begin with. Now, we have yet to know that much information about diving in Coral Island because they just haven't released that much information or videos. I'm expecting the diving to be a big part of the game. The game is called Coral Island. You would think that a majority or at least half of the time you're going to be in the water doing stuff. I mean, the goal of the game basically is that water is getting ruined around because of Pufferfish Corporation, Karen. So it's your job or duty to go ahead and save the water. Obviously, you're going to be saving other things on the land as well because those things are going to be ruined because of the water. But we've seen videos where there's so much trash in the water and you're going to have to spend a lot of time there. And I haven't even gotten into the part where there's the Merfolk Kingdom. I don't think the Merfolk Kingdom is going to be available right away in the early access, but that doesn't mean that it's not going to be a big part of the game. I think the Merfolk Kingdom is going to be releasing towards the end of the early access because they want to get it completely right. And I think they're also going to be reworking it to make it a bigger part of the game. I think they saw how excited a lot of people got because of the Merfolk Kingdom and, you know, being able to date the Merfolk, maybe being able to live in a Merfolk Kingdom, maybe having multiple Merfolk Kingdoms. I think that's the most unique feature that this game has over other farm sim games. So I'm not going to be talking about every single unique feature that this game offers over other farm sim games. That would just take a really long time to go into detail about every small thing. I just made a small list of things that I found unique about this game over other farm sim games. I played a decent amount of farm sim games, whether it's just like a little bit, like a couple hours to like a couple weeks. So I think I kind of get the gist of farm sim games in a sense. And I also watch like streamers play farm sim games, so I kind of get the idea of it. And I kind of see what those farm sim games have from like Coral Island. So next, I want to talk about the story. I think the story is really unique in this game. Not because of Karen or the Pufferfish Corporation. I mean, there always has to be an antagonist in the game, unless you're Animal Crossing, I guess, then you don't really need one. But for most farm sim games, you do need an antagonist. But where I'm more interested in is the Coral 3. It's such a unique idea to have these, I don't know what you call them, goddesses, mythic creatures, like the Merfolk, the giants, the goddess of flowers. But they are all such a integral part of the island. And you're going to be working with them to rebuild the island back to what it was, you know, originally when the water wasn't ruined. I'm really excited to check out the story, see what they do with it. I think they're going to do a great job. I think they're taking their time. They've hired people to make this story even better. Obviously, we're not going to know too much about that until the game actually releases. There's also mining and boss fights. I mean, other farm sim games do have a mining mechanic in the game. I haven't seen that many games have like boss fights in the mines and like do those kind of stuff. I've seen my time at Porsche and I think my time at Sandrock, they do have, yeah, they definitely do have, you know, you can find enemies in the mines when you're going mining, but you know, it's still, I haven't seen that many games do that. It's not super unique feature because a lot of games have done that, but it's a unique feature in terms of the way they're doing it. There's also the skill tree. Again, a lot of farm sim games don't have that. I bet you can name some of them. I know, again, my time at Porsche, my time at Sandrock, they definitely do have skill trees, but that's really the only farm sim game, and that's not even a farm sim game technically, but it's the only game like this where I've seen a skill tree available. There's also other things like small things like mounts. I'm pretty sure other farm sim games do have those. I think that Coral Island is going to go a little bit more unique with it in the types of mounts that's going to be available. I think they're going to really pander to the community in terms of the mounts, the kind of mounts that are going to be available. I mean, they already have a dragon one, so the possibilities of the different mounts that you can have in the game and the different pets are going to be endless. And I wanted to end off the video with island hopping, which is a feature that's not going to be available during the early access at all. But after the full release, I don't know how soon or how later after the full release, they're going to have island hopping available. And this is exciting because island hopping, there's going to be 4 to 5 different islands, let's say, and you're going to be able to go from your island to those islands. We don't know how populated those islands are going to be, or if those islands are just going to be for, you know, getting ores or getting some sort of material from those islands. But if they do it right, I think they could make the island hopping feature such a unique, great thing, because it's going to make a farm sim game almost turn into sort of an RPG game. I mean, you can go to different islands, there's going to be people in those islands, maybe like stories in those different islands as well. I can't really talk too much about the island hopping feature because we don't really know that much about the island hopping feature, and we probably won't know till next year, but we definitely know that it is going to be in the game, and I'm really excited to see that. All right, so that's all I had for today's video. I just wanted to talk about some unique features in the game that maybe other people that have kind of been eyeing at this game a little bit, just seeing pictures and teasers, they might not know some of the unique features in the game. And I think this is a great way to expose them to those unique features, to possibly get them to play the early access. And the early access is going to be available in just over a week, I think about 9 days. October 11th is the early access release date. It's going to be available on Steam and PC Game Pass. So let me know in the comments which feature is your favorite and why, and I'll see you on the next one.